thought, yeah, it's what girls like. So that's what attracted me to it. So he taught me how to smoke the right way. Then I got high. It was a very good feeling. I was happy, you know, all that, the whole nine. So yeah, that's what I started doing it on a daily basis.
So on a daily basis means you have that much access. Bill, help me out here. How much access is there for these drugs that you can just very quickly get them?
You see, his story is kind of similar to mine, you know, same class, same age, and the progression, it all happened the same. We didn't know each other. We are from I think I'm about 10 or so years older than he is, but the same sequence happens. It was still peer pressure, and then he developed the liking for it. That these substances give human beings, what do? We repeat pleasurable actions, right? So you like it, you do it again. And that is what happens. If you don't like it, you most probably will not do it. So it happens to so many, some other people, it happens in a different way, in that they have this, they just have depression or anxiety or panic, all these things that probably they were born with or developed as they were growing. And the moment they try a drug, it gives them a certain feeling of relief. And when they get that feeling of relief, then they can develop a problem. So it can start either way, either because you have a problem or you don't have a problem, but you like it, like he did. And then, you know, the pressure of, you know, you look cool, you know, music and all these things. And then you get dragged into the whole mess, if I may call it that.
Okay, so let me understand. Peter, you're 14. The person that brought you into this is about 5 years. That's about 19.
18.
The two of you are very easily able to access where you're getting the drugs from, how you are able to then do it on your own. Who is your supplier? How did you even get to have somebody who is able to supply you with enough to use every day?
Yeah, unfortunately, I was lured into it. And where we used to get it from, the supplier, the dealer was staying in Naguru. So yeah, we'd send borders to bring for us. Because most times we would want to go there because it was sort of like a ghetto area, not safe. So we'd send the border, he'd bring enough stock, enough stash. Then we'll pile up for like weeks and months. And we'll do it like, we'll disguise ourselves. We'd go for evening walks, smoke at Kololo airstrip, that time when it was still free. Then we'll come back home, eat. We had eye drops by Zine. We tried to play it smart, but still, it caught up to us.
So your parents never really suspected anything?
The first 2 years, no. First 2 years, no.
It's accessible. There was, for instance, I didn't smoke weed. I kind of didn't like it. My high came from alcohol, and people thought that alcohol cannot mess someone up that bad. And so they kept saying, you must be on cocaine or heroin, or I don't know what kind of drugs that they see on TV. But we used to go with the easiest thing to buy, for instance, is cannabis. Because there are some ladies or gentlemen who sit on the roadside, you know, the ones who sell cigarettes, sweets, binyebwa, yes? Some of them are actually dealers, and then they know, I mean, there's a code or you're a customer, and you come and they'll give you what you're looking for. You see what I'm saying? So it's very, very, very accessible. And also, you know, today it's even worse because friends, they're like, you know, we have a party. There's one guy who will always bring for you that. Weed cakes are on the house these days. We have
and cookies.
Yeah.
And cookies. And that for even by adults, even by people my age and a little bit older, you know, it's all one big mess.
Yeah.
Okay. Peter, at what point, so you said 2 years later is when your parents began to suspect there's a problem. Yeah. When did you begin to suspect I am in trouble?
I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't function, I became antisocial, like, it was too much. You know, there's this saying, you used to live and live to use. That had become like my slogan. So that's when I realized there was a big problem.
What made your parents realize there was a problem?
School, I became so stubborn. I got expelled from like 5 schools, high schools. Yeah, and it's not like because of my grades, it was just indiscipline. I started influencing kids to start using drugs. I tarnished my name completely. So I was really a very bad character. So it made me this sort of person, like soulless, no conscience. I didn't care, like I was going with the wind, so it wasn't good.
And at home, were you the same person at home? Were you soulless at home as well?
I changed, like this loving person I used to be, so friendly, always trying to help people, jolly, I became so secluded, like I never wanted to talk to my people at home, my brother and sister, my parents. Like I became so antisocial, like not really an introvert, but it led me to that. So yeah, so it didn't help me at all.
All right, so Bill, you mentioned Bill earlier, and the reason Bill is here is also because of the work he does, but also because I know that he was your counselor, your mentor, your coach. Yeah, is that right, Bill?
Yes. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Pierre is a very interesting person, and he has always had a heart to try and help people. But I remember one question that he asked me is like, man, I've been trying, but I don't know what seems to keep going wrong. And that's a question I ask myself as well. When I would try to stop and I can't stop, when I try to tell somebody that I actually want to stop and I can't stop, I find I've not stopped because it's evident. And then they say, I'm a liar, right? Now they are calling you a liar when you're not a liar because you're telling the truth, but you're falling in a trap of your own truth. So you kind of run away from your own self. It is confusion.
Yeah.
People judge the addict according to what they do, not what they have become. And that is why sometimes you find they're intolerant of getting to help people find recovery. You see what I'm saying? Finding recovery is about finding yourself, about finally accepting that, yes, I am out of control. I have got hand over my willpower to a power that is unknown unto me. A power greater than myself. We call that power God. Others get to acknowledge God eventually, but that's what it is. It is very complicated. I don't know how to explain it. It is only a person like Peter who will understand what I'm saying, because it's like he experiences the same thing. And sometimes one person will get it instantly. They find themselves instantly. There are those who don't even need a treatment program. Usually we say they are not addicted. You see what I'm saying? But they have been they are living like the world has created an addict. You see what I'm saying? So a person will wake up in the morning and say, I'm done with this, I'll never do it again, and they stop. And then the reference will be, but the other guy stopped. Why can't you also stop? He was an addict. You see what I mean? Addiction is characterized by loss of control. If people would only get that.
Bill, I'm going to get more into the recovery process and what it's like. Peter, one question for you. You dropped out of school quite a number of times, you said. Did you ever finish school? Are you catching up? What's happening?
Yes, I did. I did finish school, but I didn't really get a degree. Like I didn't go to university. No, I didn't do that.
So what's the plan? I know COVID has disrupted everything else, but I'm curious what your plan is.
Now I'm doing an online course at Harvard. Yes, I'm studying the science of addiction.
All right, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
NTV, turning on your world.
Orange sky view,
everything brand new with orange sky view.
Orange sky view, the sky is the limit.
Everything brand new with orange
sky view will cool you down under the hot sun.
Everything brand new.